This video contains personal and/or confidential information. Any disclosure, copying, storage, or distribution of these materials is strictly prohibited by the Municipal Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act, Policy P094, Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy, and Operational Procedure PR676, Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy.
We acknowledge we are hosted on the lands of the Mississaugas of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Wendat. We also recognize the enduring presence of all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. Welcome to Learning at Home, using visual schedules and first then visuals, presented by Speech-Language Pathology, a professional support service of the Toronto District School Board.
So what are visuals? Visuals are anything that you can see. This includes gestures such as reaching and pointing, pictures, written words, signs, or flashing lights. Visuals are important to use as they are a permanent message that can be referred back to as often as needed in order to help us understand and remember information. Visuals can be used to teach children how to share, take turns, focus on a task, follow directions, or change from one activity to another. Anyone can use visuals at home. Parents, grandparents, or siblings can use visuals with children. Visuals can be modified to the age of your child, their learning style, and the resources that are available to you at home. You can use a tangible object, a photograph, a hand-drawn picture, or a written representation of a word as a visual for your child. Visuals should be placed at eye level where children can see them. They can be placed on a desk, table, floor, or fridge, wherever the child can access it best. Visuals are often used in class to help children learn, but visuals can also be used at home to help children remember what they need to do, understand an assignment or activity, work with greater independence, or shift between activities.
Organizational visuals. Visual schedules help children and adults alike organize themselves, thereby helping to reduce anxiety as they prepare for their day. Changes from one activity to another, otherwise known as transitions, are also easily seen in schedules. In the first picture, you will see a simple written schedule of activities with associated times. This can help anyone keep moving through the required activities of the day. Work expectations are clearly laid out. This predictability helps to reduce anxiety. However, if seeing the entire day in writing is too overwhelming, the schedule can be written in sections of the day instead. The second picture shows 3 different activities within 3 different bins. If you don't have bins at home, you could make 3 piles on a table or floor. You could draw 3 separate boxes on a piece of paper and put an object in each box to represent an activity. Be creative. These types of organizational visuals help children who do not yet read or adults who like to see what work is before them. Once a child or adult is finished with the 3 activities in the 3 bins or piles, it's time for a break. Don't forget, add movement breaks or a recess into whichever type of organizational schedule you choose to use. First then visuals can help children learn what needs to be completed, work more independently, and a break or fun activity can be used for motivation. A first then visual shows the completion of a work activity and then in this case, gaining a reward. You can draw a simple picture for a child who does not read. For those who do read, a simple written first then board using words can be made, even on a scrap of paper. A timer is a helpful way to display the passage of time. Many people find the use of a timer when working helpful because it removes the feeling of the activity never ending. This is a very helpful way to reduce stress, especially when the activity to be completed is not enjoyable. Timers can take many forms. Use a timer function on your phone or iPad. Try a timer app for a visual timer, or even use an egg timer. Another option is creating a clock with your child, which can also be used to build vocabulary. Here is an example of a mother using a simple first-then visual to help her son know what is expected from him during work time. Math must be completed first, then there is a fun break activity, in this case, the use of an iPad. Notice that she wrote the words math and iPad in the first then squares. You can also draw a simple picture like numbers and a rectangle for an iPad if your child doesn't yet read.
So this morning, Bud, we have to finish your math. So I know it's going to be first math, and then you can have 20 minutes of iPad, okay?
Notice in this example, the mother uses that same first then visual to help her son move from one activity, math, to the next activity, iPad. In this case, the iPad is a break activity. Notice that she covers the first activity to help her son understand that math is over. Then she indicates that it's time for iPad. She also sets a timer to help her son keep track of his break time on his iPad. This type of timer shows the time disappearing visually, but an egg timer can just as easily be used to help set time limits on work or break activities.
Are you finished your math?
Yep.
Okay. Math is finished. Math is finished, so we can have 20 minutes of iPad. Here, I put your 20 minutes on the timer.
Thank you for joining us in Learning at Home using visual schedules and first then visuals. Here you will find some additional resources for your use, some sample visual schedules, and some timer sources. Feel free to also check out our speech-language pathology resource, Supporting Mental Health and Well-Being at Home using visuals. Also available is the TDSB Speech-Language Pathology Google site for parents. Finally, some additional resources can also be found on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram sites. Thank you.